Good morning. What's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. No high notes today, unfortunately. Miss Honey is on the mend. You guys already know why we're here. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is a review for the final season of Power Book 2, Ghost. This is the final season 4. This is episode 6. We are returning from hiatus, which I'm grateful for, And I really, really miss you guys. This is episode 6, season 4, like I said. It's called The Devil's Playground. Listen, I would love to know who your biggest devil in this episode is. I think dumbness, there's a lot of ignorance is our number one devil. I wasn't sure who we should start with. I mean, I do think that the Tahadas are kind of dominated this episode. Good, bad, or indifferent, you guys. So let's do that. Let's start with the Tahadas because it's all kind of tied in with the Carter criminal crew. And we'll pull up the rear with Tariq and Brayden. Even though there were some pivotal moments with Tariq, this is his show after all, you guys. And but he didn't have a whole lot of role. We saw Kane a lot more. He wasn't very fantastic. That Brown, I don't know any drug dealers that don't change their clothes several times a day, especially when they've been in the scuffles. Walking on the streets in the sunshine. He was the only one not wearing a coat. That was bizarre. But let's get into the Tahadas. Now, Drew is supposed to be following Carter, of all people, okay? And he really sucks at doing anything but looking for a dude to abuse him. And we see where Carter sees him. Even he sees him and walks up on him while, he's looking down at his phone, telling him, stop mucking around and follow me. And when he sees him, he gives him the bird. That was one of the longest birds I ever did see. I don't think I've seen a bird quite that long in a great while, you know what I mean? And goes home to tell Monet. Now, her phone been ringing all day while she been pissing around with paying Diana bills after she tried to kill him. And tells him Carter is on to them. At the same time, Carter and criminal crew walk in the back door. It's very easy to get in Monet and them house. You ain't got to struggle at all. You just sashay on up in that piece. And Carter shake him down. He got Felicia, his female one, over there. Got Drew squealing like the Michelin soprano. I'm like, is you delicate or not? They shaking Diana down. You ain't finna push your hand on Monet, which I don't understand why they all not locked and loaded. Why it's not guns all over their house hiding. Why it's not cameras and locks and videos and just all of these things that you supposed to have when you a part of a drug empire. And Carter want to know where them drugs came from. Them drugs I confiscated, where they come from. Monet gonna play dumb until it's up of value to her, until she can work a scheme. And so he said, I want to know. He get a call and find out that Zay, the guy when Cruella was, he shook the Tejada / Cruella crew down. He put one in a guy's head and the other one he shot early on. Well, he didn't die. He in jail and he talking, they think. And so he tell Monet he want this information or he'll be back to get rid of all of them. And they take Drew. Now, don't nobody make a peep when they take Drew, including Drew. I think, something going on. He may have got a vibe from Nico. He wanted to go. They gonna take him off the jail and use him as a snitch and to snub out Zay. Listen, they get Drew in the Who scowl. And I thought for sure Nico was gonna lick his neck when he leaned forward, but he was like, "You do this, we'll get you out." How many movies we done seen where people say they gonna get you out and they forget you in there? It's a benefit for you to stay in there. It don't matter no way, because after Drew goes and mollywops Zay, he get mollywopped too. And they in the infirmary with no officers, no locked doors, no buzzing, no doctors, no nurses, nothing. He go down and smother Zay. You know, he did get the job done. He got a burner phone. He called Ryan there to Nico. Tell Nico the job done, but he got some information. You need to get this information to me. Nico is like, let me check with Carter. Okay, go ahead. He say, listen, there's a guy in here that has been told, and I'm going to snub him out too. I'm just going to hang out here for a while. Surprise, surprise. Drew want to stay in jail. Kel surprise. Okay. And all he want in return is to come up in the criminal gang, and for his mama and his sister to be left alone. And I'm gonna take anything that come, and I'm gonna give anything that need to be given. But don't come get me right now. I'm working. All right. So we see with Diana, like I said, out shopping with Monet. She thinks her life is looking good despite, because her mama paying for everything, despite having tried to kill him. Like I said, Tejada's house is very easy to get into. Felicia Carter's crew, she had already questioned about all the baby stuff, and then took some with her, so she might be on the take too later on, after Carter gives her the instructions that she is the one to take out this particular person, our sexy grills, bow-legged, Mr. Zion. We gonna talk about it. She takes a couple of bumps, get a call from IAB, find out they investigating for her for rough stuff. She goes and gets in the car and take a couple of bumps. Well, I hope you not with child. It's just as bad whether they're here or not, and you around here on that cocaina, all right? And then she go back to the house looking for Monet, and it is Diana there. So of all people, she give it to Diana the assignment to take out sexy grills, bow-legged Zion. Of course, Diana go right down to talk to not find her mama. Ultimately, she don't trust her mama. Ultimately, she goes down and talks to Tariq. Now, Tariq is back down at the candy store. And Effie's in there buying her energy drink. I don't know why, because she ain't really got a lot going on. And she see them talking. Diana goes somewhere. Effie on her way out the door. She decide she gonna, give Tariq what for, which... we all know Tariq don't give a scoop. You know what I'm saying? I done got that booty. I don't trust that booty. My new booty, itty bitty, it is better anyway. And plus, he seemed to be kind of trying to prioritize Diana because she's supposed to be carrying a St. Patrick. And Effie is brutal. Effie is brutal. She talks about Roe versus Wade, negative side. She just skull drug Diana and Tariq. And listen, Tariq is now. Diana was like, okay. Now you done had my brother Kane in every one of your hoes. I know you ain't trying to try me. It was cute. Now, but if it was way more brutal, what do y'all think? Okay, Effie goes on. She's just a lone soul in this whole episode. She ain't got nary nobody, no one except Kane, and he musty and is a 15%er. The rest of the time he trying to come up. All right. Listen, it's okay because Tariq gonna handle it, and she go on back home and curl up. Okay. We see Monet is up to her normal schemes now. You supposed to be this leader, and your people is just being drug through these streets. We see where Carter, after he breaks in, she goes down to meet him at this little spot and tells him it's the Russians. Those were the Russians drug. And she don't want to get involved with them Russians because them Russians don't play. You know, and he told her, God dog, I got to deal with these Russians. I didn't even think about these Russians. Well, where you come from? Where your people hail from? Carter, I thought you ran these streets. You do evil because there's evil in this world. Ain't this all for your wife? Was she a psychopathic killer as well? But you don't know about the Russians? First of all, the Russians is everywhere. They trying to tell you this. They in everything and doing everything. That's understood, everyone. Okay? And she said, listen, you need to get I done told you what you need to tell you. You need to get my son back. And he was like, I know you ain't trying to threaten me. She said, do I look like I give a duck that you a cop? He said, well, do I? You best listen. Now, both of y'all bad, but ain't one of y'all constantly carrying a gun. All right? Let's talk about Noma and Kane real quick. Kane want to be picked so bad, you guys. It is sad, too. And Noma said, I'm the one that's in charge, okay? Kane constantly gets his nose slapped by Monet and Noma. I think Monet might slap harder. I do believe, yeah. So now they done ran down on Tariq and Tariq and Brayden in the park. I don't know how you do it, but they did. And they try to be threatening. And Tariq and Brayden, which he letting that cokehead Brayden hold a SIM card with all the important information of doom on it. And they got Kane there. And we supposed to believe hide up Brayden is fast enough to keep that SIM card from Kane, our #1 bulldog. But they tell her, you need to leave us alone. This SIM card of doom, we gonna use it to tell Anya and them alphabet boys that you are a major drug dealer and that you had on your daddy MUR'd, red rummed. And she was like, you need to miss off, you see you next Tuesdays. And they were like, okay, good one. When she walk off, Kane tell her, you know they stalling us out. It's okay because I got this meeting with Adams. And this gonna get me out of this whole situation where I'm gonna be on this whole government contracting list, which is very, very lucrative positions. Top on the list. I just got to give him his final payment. And Kane want to come. And she was like, I got Davis. He was like, it need to be me. But did Davis introduce you to Adams or was it Kane? Anyway, like I said, he want to be considered valuable for more than just being the bull in every china shop he walk in, which is all of the world. So we see where they go down to dinner to meet with Adams, and he trying to be the one to talk and to pass the money. And Noma was like, hold your horses. And she goes and she passed the money. And no sooner they passed the money, he said, well, I'm going to see what I can do. I don't trust it. She said, no, you going to give me #1. And he was like, okay. And I got my money. And then who drives by? Sexy Grills, old bow-legged Zion. And he's shooting in the window of a restaurant. Talking about his target wasn't even Adams, who took 3 to the back, front, side, whatever. And missed his original target, which is Noma. Now, it's tons of the Caucasoids in there, and he missed one of the darkest, most beautiful ones in there. And Kane wearing all brown. Don't hit neither one of them. They grab that bloody money envelope, Kane and Noma, and get the heck on. Now, Kane is probably maybe 20 minutes, 20 seconds late, standing up, and he shoots 3 bullets. Take 3 shots after a vehicle that turned the corner 10 minutes, 10 seconds ago. Pointless. So he and Noma are a mess, but they both alive. Yeah. Later on, the Russians get run down on by the Carter criminal crew, of course, and Noma had already sent Effie around there to try to get it set up now since Adams is gone. And he was worried about her being there when they got hit. Now, the top Russian got away, but most of his crew was killed, and that money bag was taken too. First by Effie, who did a good job playing dead, and then Nico took it from her. You know, was like a caper. He goes to see Kane. You know, he got a little soft spot for Effie. He go to see Effie and try to console her. Now, she had a long day. She had put her house shoes on. And Effie was like, I'm by myself. I was like, you sure is, girl. I take whatever little piece of funds you got, and I would DIP. You got an educational plan. It just can't be here. Is the people paying for your school here? Because, you know, it is junkies everywhere all over this universe. You probably could get through school faster in one of the lesser known islands. Yeah, you ain't got to go into a university. You could be online, girl. I'd leave these dent ninjas alone. Ain't don't nobody care for you in this town. Okay? Now we coming up on a sad event. Okay? First, let's go back to Tariq and Brayden, you guys. Because here's where they become pivotal. Like I said, Noma ran down on them. Tariq and Brayden shut her down. Brayden stay hot and annoying. He is really, really on them drugs now. And I know people think that cocaine is the new Mary Jane. But I promise you, some of these folks that's acting foolish in these streets, they on that Ena. Some of these folks that can't hold the snot in their nose, they on that Ena. The sniffers. Erratic. Turn up in a real loosey-goosey kind of way at your party, and they just had a half a glass of wine. They on that Iena. So we see where when Diana tells him what he got to tell him about her having to do Zion, Red Rum Zion, he said, I could use this. He go to Davis, and Davis is like, he down. He sets up a deal with Noma. They meet under a bridge, and he tell her, this is what's going on. He think that she'll send Kane to do it, and he won't have to do none of it. But Noma was like, I don't think so. You doing it. And he said something about, this is about business. She said, since when you know about business? And next thing you know, she had that old bloody Obi knife on his neck. I said, now she got 2 pieces of DNA on this knife, I believe. Because Diana ain't been showing, she ain't showing it all. So this ain't no month, 2 months later. This next day, if anything. Now, Obi been a minute, but still. And she said, I have Red Rum people for less. He was like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? I don't outsmart and bigger and better than you. For more, less, whatever. And she sent him on to do the job. Now, of course, he ain't got nobody he gonna go get except for Brayden, who we've already said ain't ish, no kind of way. Okay, he ain't no help unless you need a fly at your party, at your cookout. And baby, when I tell you, Zion grabbed each one by the leg and busted out the walls, the windows, the every piece of glass, the table. I mean, he mollywopped them good. You know, but bow-legged people, they say it's quick and fast. And he athletic, muscular, and in them streets, own a gym. You know what I'm saying? Let Kane mollywop him. Yeah, he shut that joker down and they got and had Carter put him in hiding. Carter says cops everywhere looking for you. I told you to keep things discreet. So you been working with the criminal crew, but he said, well, who was your target? When he said he wasn't even my target. Talking about Adams. This was Zion told Carter. Carter said, well, who your target? Now he didn't snitch on Noma, but of course he knows Tariq and Brayden know Noma. So finally, oh stupid Brayden, he don't even give him a sleeper hold. He got him like a crossbody. I was like, this moron. And he done got him off of Tariq because he had Tariq was turning blue. He done jumped on his back, and when he get him swung around, Tariq get up with a piece of glass, which his hand should have been cut to darn, and gives him 3 stabs to the belly. And he laying down there. He was like, "Oh, look at you, little ghost." And then Tariq found his gun, finally, and give him one to the head. He said, I don't work for nobody. Don't nobody own me. I'm my own man, and give him one to the head. I said, no, not my bow-legged sexy grills. He gone. I think he should have been killed because he was a very interesting character, in my opinion. Okay? And he was sexy as all get out. Listen, like I said, Felicia, another toot beep beep, done ran up on Diana because after she found out the job was done, she gonna go down to Holly's and meet with Tariq, which he just did the job, so he ain't gonna talk about it, but he want to keep her assured now because she carrying a St. Patrick. And Felicia somewhere, and it's a video that was in the safe house where Zion was, and she sees Tariq and Brayden. It's video, so I don't know why there wasn't audio, but she want to know why Tariq was there, why didn't she do the job, what was said, so on and so forth. I was like, girl, you putting too much on Diana. You putting too much on her. You'd have been better off with Monet. This girl she like a Rice Krispie treat. She barely being held together. You know what I'm saying? Awful. She run down on the way to Holly's, and on the side alley where Holly is, she pushes around and she said, I don't know. And she get real rough. And Diana was like, how did you find me? That's a burner phone I gave you. You still got this phone, girl? Really? I guess she need evidence. And she run down on her and slap her around a little bit, manhandle her, and Diana tell her, you stupid itch, take your burner phone. I'm out. I don't give a deuce. And she snatch her up and then give a 2 to the belly. Y'all know what that mean, hard. And then throw her down into the trash bags. And then kick her roughly, eating about the tummy. Diana say, please don't do it. Please don't do this. It's too late. It's being done all over the place. The good thing is that you barely showing. So it's probably hiding behind a kidney somewhere. I don't know how it worked, but they say I feel like you got a better chance of surviving than if it was, you was at 6 months or something like that. Now, Tariq is coming out, and he calling her, where are you? And he hear her phone ringing in the alley. So he go run around them in the alleyway and find her in the trash, holding her belly, and it was crazy. He started hollering, help me, help me, help me. I'm like, well, dude, you to help? Scoop her up and take her around there to Hollies and have them people call after the law. Now that's how the episode ended, but we ain't talked about Tate brother. Now just before this, Tate brother meets Carter on a dock. His lights facing Carter. Carter lights facing him. I hope they both got cameras in their police vehicles. And his back to the water. And this is the time he wants to tell what happened when they ran down on the Russians. Now, 3 of them on the tape, Carter and the criminal crew, and he think he there to do some legitimate detective work. Now, where is your supervisor, Tate brother? He think he there to do some legitimate work. And he get a chance to see where Carter, not Nico, gets one of the Russians down on the ground, and he got a money bag he done took from Effie, the Russian. And he was like, he was watching through a little hole in the kitchen door, Tate brother. And he see where Nico from the Carter criminal crew get the money bag and then shoot the man in the dome. Okay? He sees it all. He might have said a couple of incriminating things. And then this Tate brother. And then Nico from the Carter criminal crew throw the money in the that's a bloody bag of money. He throw it in the back of his car and go on. He then Tate brother checked to make sure it was recorded in the police logs. It was not. He does a little investigation. He finds out that he's dirty. And this what he telling Carter on this dark dock. And Carter was like, what? And he's like, yeah, let's go and bust him. I was like, I hope you wrote all this down or call somebody or pull a proctor and put it in a little girl's necklace. Something like that. I really do. Because if you ain't smart enough to see that Carter would know all this, I don't understand. How long you been a detective, sir? This why these people thought you was down with the okie doke, because Carter did try to sell you to come over to the side and fight evil with this evilness. And Tate was like, let me think about it for a second. And he just standing there. I was like, I hope he got a jacket on and a steel plate in the front of his skull. Because just like that, Carter pulls out a gun and puts one in his chest. Now, in the Russian place, he was doing 2 bullets per Russian. But here, he just shakes his head and walks off. And Tate laid out like he want to be Jesus on the cross. Just now, like I said, the episode ended with Tariq hollering out to the sky for poor little Diana. We still have hope, but we're worried and concerned about Effie. Noma, you can't win for losing. I can't help but wonder if how you did Obi and that husband of yours had something to do with it. I would love to know what you guys thought of this episode. Again, who was your #1 devil? All right. What did you guys think of this second half of the final season? Please put it in the comments down below. Y'all know I like to talk, and I ain't talked to y'all in a long time. Thank you guys so much for your beautiful birthday wishes. That meant a lot to me. I'm going to have a follow-up video to tell you guys a little bit about what's been going on with me. You can see I'm just a little bit thinner, and it don't have nothing to do with Ozempic. Okay. And remember to rate. Y'all know it's important. Please don't forget to comment. And subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Until next time, my beautiful honeybees, I holla.